Pregame.com.
Red hot Buffalo Bills getting 3 points at the New York Giants. It's 3 even money. Giants around minus 125, 120, probably even higher at some shops. This is my best bet of the week. Currently 3-1 on best bets on video. Going to try to make it 4-1. This one to me is simple. Just bet the better team. And that's the New York Giants.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Bills.
Oh, God, no. Don't fall for it. Listen. ESPN Power Rankings have the Buffalo Bills as the 6th best team in the country. They have the Giants, number 14. Are you kidding me? Before the Eagles game, before the Giants lost to Seattle, if you look at the odds makers poll, they had the Giants 11th, Buffalo 16th. 60 minutes of football changes everything in the public's eyes, not in the odds makers' eyes. New York Giants on a neutral field are a few points better than Buffalo. You're giving me them at a pick'em on a neutral field, having to lay 3 at home, and I'm going to tell you something else. The money from the public's going to be all over Buffalo. I'm telling you now. Books are going to be hoping VR's right. They're going to be praying and saying, I hope that kid goes 4-1 on his video, because they're going to be one-sided with Buffalo money. Not just straight bets, not just parlays, but that teaser looks so juicy with that Buffalo team that just beat the Eagles. Dude, this is as easy of a pick as you're going to get. New York Giants -3 till you run out of money.
Really? Now, I'll say it right now. I don't have a play in this game. I think the line's going to close 3.5. I don't think they're going to be overloaded by Buffalo money here. That said, I'm not convinced the Giants are the better team.
It'll go to 3.5 because I'm going to bet it.
Who's got the better quarterback?
Oh, Eli Manning. Don't tell me Fitzpatrick.
That's all I need to say right now. Okay, in 2011, who is the better quarterback?
Eli Manning. Until last week, the kid threw 2 interceptions all season. He threw 3 against Seattle, 1 bad game. Ryan Fitzpatrick, he should be working for a law firm. He should be on Wall Street. He went to Harvard. He's playing pro football. His parents should be pissed. No, man, I'd be at my daughter if I sent her to Harvard and she went and played a sport for the rest of her life. I'd be so furious.
After the year that Fitzpatrick's having, his parents will not be upset about his contract status for the next year. I look at this game. Eli Manning, to me, is not having a good year. He doesn't get great protection. The running game isn't there for the Giants this year. The defense, we all know
Jacob's not 100%.
Yeah, we all know about the defensive injuries for the Giants.
I agree.
Buffalo leads the league in interceptions. And they're going against Eli Manning, who, and I've watched the games, he's not very accurate this year. If he has not thrown the interceptions, it's because the other team is dropping the ball, because he's not very accurate. So you're getting a team that's got a very good chance of winning the turnover battle, and you're giving them, like I said, I think it's going to close at 3.5. You're going to give them over a field goal. You know, I'm not a huge Buffalo backer here, which is why it's not going to be on my card this week. But you talked about where these teams were before going into last week. Who did the Giants lose to again?
Seattle.
At home.
It was an upset. It was one of those.
Of course it was an upset. They're a 10-point favorite.
It was one of those things where they were not looking seriously at them. And in the NFL, any team could beat any team. These guys are the best on the planet. That's why they make an NFL roster. It's not like college where, Alabama's never going to lose to Rice. They could play 100 times and Rice isn't going to beat Alabama. But in the NFL, the Rams could beat, the Packers. If they play 10 times this year, Rams got a shot of winning 2 of those games, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that's, the difference between college and pro. And I think that's why I'm not taking that much out of that loss to Seattle. The Giants are a 3-2 football team, a good 3-2 football team. They were more impressive against the same Eagles that Buffalo beat. But more importantly, they played the Eagles before the wheels fell off. Buffalo got an injured animal. It's like they shot a deer that already had an arrow in it, and now they're going to put the antlers on their car too, on top of it. I don't get it. I'll tell you what, this team is all hype. They beat Oakland by 3 points. They call Brady when he threw more interceptions against them than he has in his illustrious career, pretty much. It's just all the pieces have fallen their way. All the coin flips, they've won every single one. You know what I mean? They haven't lost one coin flip in my eyes. And when you look at the perception of the public starting to believe that Buffalo's for real, they're not. They're 4-1. Okay? They'll be, 6-6 before you know it.
All right. Well,
in that division.
I'll root for you on this play, but I like the give and take here, and I think I might just go against you on every play the rest of the season because this has been a lot of fun.
Final point. Points scored, points allowed. Key. If you score, you win. If you don't give up points, you win. Just like baseball, you look at runs scored, you look at runs allowed. That's the most important stat. Giants, 32.8 points a game on offense, 24 points allowed on defense. Buffalo, 25.4 on offense, 24.6 on defense. So they only outscore the opposition by 1 point. Look at a 4-1 team with that offensive scoring and that defensive scoring. They should be more like 3-3 with that kind of statistic. So here's a team playing above their heads, about to face reality by the New York Football Giants. This is my best bet of the week. Lay the 3, lay the 4, lay the 6. It doesn't really matter. One-sided game.
Now I know you've gone off the hill, now that you're willing to lay 3 points higher than the line in this game.
Because they're 3 points better.
I'll take the Bills right now plus 6 for lunch next week.
I'll give you 5.5.
You're so generous. I'll take the 6.
All right, 6. I'll give you 6.
We're on.
Lunch next week for 6.